Hey, what's up? Alasdair Cunningham here. Welcome to this week's show. Now, how would you like to be an 18-year-old and have your first buy, refurbish, refinance project? Today I'm going to be interviewing Josh Sarai, and he has done exactly that. 18 years old, just completed today, and had the revaluation come through for his first refinance on a buy, refurbish, refinance deal. He is going to be pulling most of his money out, maybe leaving a couple of £100 in that deal. But that deal is going to be generating him around £3,000 a year in income, profit, cash flow. How many 18-year-olds can say that? Like, seriously, the story is amazing. He's an inspirational young lad, and we're going to be interviewing him on today's show. So make sure you keep a lookout, and we're going to be doing that. However, before we go any further, make sure you get subscribed by clicking the link below, get subscribed. Also, above, turn that notification bell on, because that way when we upload, you'll never miss an upload. It's truly an inspirational story, and I get messages all the time from teenagers. How can they get involved in property? How can they do this? How can they do that? Now, let me tell you something. Josh, he's 18, but instead of being out with his mates, messing around, playing on computer games and drinking and doing whatever 18-year-olds do nowadays, he's learning. He's going to school. He's when he's not at school, he's self-learning. He's picking up books. He's learning about wealth, about assets, about creating income, creating financial freedom. And he's a walking testimonial that if you just do it, you'll get there. Inspirational story. So let's catch up with Josh right now. Welcome to this week's show. Now, this week I am honoured to have as a guest on this week's show a young lad, 18 years old. 18 years old. Just left school. He is now a full-time property investor, and today he has just completed on his very, very first buy, refurbish, refinance deal, and he has had the valuation officer come out and value it at what they were expecting. So, on this week's show, we have Josh Sarai, who has just completed on his first buy, refurbish, refinance. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Alasdair. Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Oh, amazing. Thanks. So today is valuation day. So you've done a buy, refurbish, refinance, and it's been revalued today at what you expected. So you're a happy boy?
Yeah, I'm really happy. You know what? For the deal is absolutely amazing, and to be honest, it's an absolute steal for what it is.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll talk about the deal in a minute. First, I want to know what an 18-year-old is doing in property. Why are you not out with your friends? Why are you not out messing around playing on PlayStations and drinking and doing stuff that 18-year-olds do normally?
The typical party and stuff.
Wow, that's my impression of a lot of 18-year-olds. But why are you, like, listen, I've known you for 6-7 months now, and I've always known you as a very hard-working, very motivated young lad. And I know you've got a very, very supportive family, but I've never known you as somebody that's lazy or idle. You're always there, you're always doing it, you're always getting involved. So tell me a little bit about you. You left school. Why didn't you go down the conventional education, conventional route? Why property? Why us? Why are you here today?
Well, the thing is when I was 14, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then after that, I got really inspired by it. I had my mind really stuck onto property because I knew it was a great way to build wealth. So I've been in business since I was 14. Originally, what really got me onto this entrepreneur mindset and journey was I used to watch a ton of Grant Cardone and Robert Kiyosaki videos.
Yeah.
I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. And then me and my friends, we actually used to flip Instagram accounts for people.
Okay.
And we used to get involved into buying and reselling shoes, like trainers, like Nike Jordans and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I did quite a lot from 14 to 15. When it got to 16, GCSEs came around. I got a little bit more serious about school, so I was prioritizing a lot on that.
Yeah.
And in that summer holiday, I put myself back onto that entrepreneur journey, really fixed onto it. And then when I went into sixth form, I was at school learning, and then after that I was coming home and I was just learning about business, finance, property.
Well, it's proven successful that you spent your private social sort of downtime educating yourself, but self-educating yourself about actually what's going to make you money. Like learning finance, learning how to create wealth, learning how to build assets. And that's what will make you rich. Like a formal education will give you a good job and will give you a good paid income. But self-education you do it right, will make you an absolute fortune. And obviously you've mentioned Robert Kiyosaki, you've mentioned Grant Cardone. I've not met Grant Cardone yet, but I'm due to fly out to Miami this year to have a meeting with him, with Russell and Samuel. But Robert Kiyosaki, I've met him several times, and they all massive advocates of building assets and building wealth. So like the fact that you've done it at such a young age, it's really, really inspiring. Like I know there's many people out there that would look up to you as an 18-year-old and be like, that's just crazy. It really, really is. Like, you imagine where you're going to be in 10 years. Seriously.
I can't even think of it sometimes.
Seriously, like I know you've got a really, really supportive family, and it's not just you, but I know the effort that you put in. I know the work that you put in. It would make a lot of people stand up and pay attention. I know that much. So I've known you for 7 or 8 months now. You come on board, you joined the academy, you've been coming to all the training events, you've been taking part, you've been learning, and I know you were sort of wanting to get things right before you made a move. So you weren't like the quickest out the gate to get started, but now that you've got momentum, you're doing deals. And certainly in the last month, I know you've done some sourcing deals, and you've also got this buy, refurbish, refinance deal. So tell me, is it 2 deals you've done now? So you've done the buy, refurbish, refinance and a sourcing deal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about the source. What's the sourcing deal? Tell me about that.
So that's a 6-bedroom HMO in Hull.
Okay.
They wanted 155,000 for the deal. I secured it at 139,000.
Right.
Practically turnkey investment. No work was needed. It was even the furniture would have been left in there as well.
Wow.
The ROI on that was about 22%.
Yeah, so it's a good deal.
And it has been sold, and I know that there is an investor that is really happy with that deal.
Yeah, so you done that with a co-deal sourcing partner. You passed it on to an investor just a few weeks back, and that's going through the processes, so it's good, and the investor's happy with it. But tell me something, as an 18-year-old, how do you get it so the estate agents are taking you seriously?
I just don't tell them my age.
Okay.
They only realise when I turn up. That's it.
Fair enough. That's good. That's straightforward, because I know a lot of youngsters get put off because they worry that they're going to get judged because of their age. So it's not stopped you. So that's good.
You know, that's one thing though, because I see another thing with a lot of young people, especially when I was looking at doing serviced accommodation, was I used to call them and they'd ask me like, oh, have you done a course or something? And I did this when I was like starting a property. This is before I went on the academy. I'd say, yeah, I'm 17 and stuff. And they'd end it off really lightly, like, oh, it's good to be entrepreneurial and stuff. Yeah. But I can't do business with you. You're too young. You can't take that risk.
Yeah.
So I don't really say very much. I don't talk too much about my age, but when they see me turn up, it's pretty obvious that I'm young.
That's cool. Listen, it's not stopped you, so anyone that's watching this, it's Josh's age, don't let it stop you, man. Just get out there and do it. Now, let's talk about this buy, refurbish, refinance deal that you've done that's in Hull as well, am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, tell me how you found it. Where was the property advertised?
It was on Rightmove.
So it was a property on Rightmove, okay? Property on Rightmove. And tell me the numbers. How much did you buy it for?
So they originally wanted 45,000. I got it down to 39,995.
Why? Why did you get it down to 39,995? Why not 40?
I just knew about stamp duty in the moment. I remember when the agent called me, they said, oh, are you ready to put your offer in? And I was there for a second, I froze. I was like, stamp duty. So immediately I just said, I'll put my offer in at that. I'm not going any higher because I'm not prepared to pay stamp on the property. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have paid a lot of stamp, but it's certainly saving. And the fact that you're thinking about that, it means obviously you've done well at the training, you've been paying attention, you've been taking notes, and you're now implementing it when it comes to putting your offers in. Some people that aren't trained wouldn't even think about stamp duty. They would just go and say, yeah, I'll buy it at £42,000, but then they'll pay stamp. So, do you know what I mean? They're saving a bit of money there. Okay, so that's great. You've got the property, £39,995. I assume you paid for it in cash, because where did the money come from? How did you get the finance for it? So, as you already stated, my family have been really supportive with me on this. I did the academy with my mum, and we've been doing the training together. So, my parents put the money in for me. I did all the due diligence, and they looked over the figures to see if it would all work. The rest is history. I assume mum and dad are very proud, very happy for you. They're really happy, and also it's given them the thought of belief that they can get on the property ladder. It's something that we wanted to do for a really long time, but we didn't know how to do it. So it's given that thought of hope, and now it's it's just fire in our bellies that we're really working for the next one now.
Amazing. So look, let's run the numbers then. So you buy it for £39,000. How much were your legal costs?
So the legals were 984
Okay.
and 350 for a survey.
Right, okay, so legal costs 984 and then survey charges £350. And then refurb, how did you find the builder? How did you go about finding a build team?
So I asked another academy member about any builders in the area. They recommended one that they would do for a HMO of theirs. So I just gave them a phone call, had a little bit of a chat with them, asked to see some of their previous work. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
So I got them to come out and give a quote.
Good. And then how much was that? How much did the refurb come in at?
So that was 7,485.
Wow, these are exact numbers. So you've invested about £48,800, give or take. That's just my quick math. So £48,800, and that's all your money. That's in the deal. Obviously, it's not factoring in your time and your fuel costs to go up there and all that sort of stuff. But the money that you've had to lay out for builders, legals, purchase price, all that sort of stuff, £48,800. Now, I know today was valuation day. How much has it been revalued at?
£65,000, which is what we needed.
You needed it at £65,000, and the valuation is coming at £65,000. So valuations come in at £65,000. That's amazing. You're going to get a 75% loan to value from your lender, which is going to give you approximately £48,750. Maybe a few. You might have a few legal costs to come off that. So let's just say £48,000. Even if we said £48,000, they're going to give you back, because you're not going to lose £800 for setup fees. That's a good deal, because that means you're getting, like, you're leaving just a few £100, if any, in the deal.
Exactly, and the rent will pay that off as well. Like,
it's just like you're 18, and you've done a buy, refurbish, refinance. The mortgage hasn't come through yet, but when it does come through, you're going to get £48,000 back, give or take a few £100. You're 48,800 into it. Even if you leave £1,000 in the deal, it's still an amazing deal. But I actually think you're going to get all the money out. Now, I know Hull fairly well, and in this area of Hull, I believe the property will rent out from between 425, 475. I know you've been speaking to letting agents, and they're very confident with the condition you've done it in, it will rent out for 475. So, after you take off the mortgage payments, leaving a little bit, 10% for maintenance and management, and 10% for voids, you're going to be left with about £250 to £300 per month cash flow, which, okay, it's not an amazing deal, but remember, you're not going to have much money left in it. So you've invested your money into a deal. You've got your money back, and that property is going to be paying you £3,000 a year in interest. What bank can give you that? There's none.
No, that's another thing as well, right? With buy, refurbish, refinance, and especially 2-bed terrace houses like single lets, you're not gonna be making the kind of money as HMOs.
No.
But what you get is you get the leverage. You're recycling your cash, and that's what we've done. And the thing is now is that we set ourselves a goal that we want to do one deal a month.
Yeah.
And the next one that we're looking at, which is in the pipeline, it's very, very similar figures to this one.
Okay, Josh.
You're recycling the cash.
Great stuff. I'm very confident that you'll have a nice portfolio in the next couple of years, and it'll be a really nice. I can't wait to see where you're going to be in the next year. 12 houses, hopefully. Tell me something. You also do property sourcing, because while you're out looking for deals, you can only really do. You're limited to how much you've got to invest, so you do pass deals on to investors. And I know you're building an investors list. How can people find out about that? Tell us a little bit about what you do and how people can find out about that.
So with deal sourcing, just follow us on Facebook. We have a page, it's Jonas Sourcing. We also have a website, which is www.jonassourcing.com.
I'll stick the link. I'll stick the links in the description so people can find that and connect with you. And you've got a mailing list that people can join as well. So investors that want to work with you can get onto a mailing list and work with you directly. Okay, so you also you've got a sourcing list that people can join if they want to work with you and do deals with you. I'm assuming they can join that on your website?
Yeah, and also on our Facebook and our Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put all the links in the description. But look, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your progress. I can't wait to see you at the events. Josh, Mum, Dad, you've done amazing. You really, really have. Super proud. And I can't wait to see you at the next event.
Thank you, Alasdair. I can't wait.
No worries. Thanks for coming on, my friend, and I'll speak to you soon. Wow, wasn't that amazing? Listen, what an amazing young lad. He has got a very, very bright future in front of him. Like, imagine where he's going to be in 10 years. I wonder if he's going to be able to do the one a month, the one buy, refurbish, refinance deal a month. Like, now they've managed to recycle their money. Like, it is an amazing deal. He's an amazing lad. It's just testament that if you just go out, get educated, take massive action, and don't let anything stop you. Don't let your age be a barrier, that you will get results and you'll get there. Yes, he's had some help from his family and his parents, but they've not done it for him. They've helped him, they've supported him. But believe me, I know Josh. I've known him for about 7 or 8 months. I know how hard he's working. We wouldn't have got anywhere without Josh's hard work. So don't sit there and say, oh, he's rich kid, mum and dad have just given him everything. That's not the case. They've helped him because they've seen the hard work that he's putting in. So seriously, hard work pays off. It really, really does. Amazing story. Make sure you connect with Josh. Make sure you join his mailing list. Support him. Reach out to him. Show him a bit of love. And listen, you can do that too. But it's all on you. If you want to see more content like this, that's great. Just make sure you get subscribed and also turn on notifications. And I shall see you next week.